Okay, I think we'll get going. So thank you all for joining and welcome to the Automate Your Marketing with Workbooks and Force24. Your hosts today are going to be myself. So I'm Jamie Horisted, I'm the Sales Director here at Workbooks, and we're joined by Lee Senior, our Program Director from Force24. So the agenda, we're just going to quickly run through who Force24 are. So Force24, like Workbooks, were formed in 2010, now one of the fastest growing marketing automation platforms, and pride themselves on having passionate team, rapid responses and fair pricing. So I think all in all, they're absolutely a great fit for us. And so far, we've had 8 of our customers that have moved on to the platform. So it's been a busy time for us. So the relationship's been going for about 9 months now. Obviously, we built out a native integration, and that's really paying dividends to our customers now. So just for some housekeeping, Lee and I discussed earlier, what we'd actually like to do is we're going to run through some topics with you. And then I think probably the best way to take questions is we'll take a pause at the end of the actual topic, and we'll discuss any questions you may have around that topic at that time. And then at the end of it, we'll go into any other questions that you may have. And then obviously, if you've got any further questions around pricing, then please contact your account management team. So the topics that we've broken down for this session are going to be data segmentation. We'll then take some questions on that, move into lead tracking. Again, we'll take questions on lead tracking, deliverability, automation, and then designing emails. So Lee's going to run you through that, and then I'll open it up for questions throughout that. So Lee, if you're ready, I'll hand over to you.
Right, we are sharing now. Can everyone see my screen? Jamie, that looks good, right? There's nothing
I can see it,
dodgy or anything like that. Fantastic. Okay, let's finally get this started then. So yeah, so what we're going to do today is just take you a little bit through what we've done, how our customers are using it so far. Like I say, I'll show you a bit, talk about how we do certain things within the platform. If there's any questions, please do type away. I can already see some questions in there about not being rehearsed. Yes, you're right. So let me go and now go through it. So what I'm going to do first of all is show you where Force24 actually exists within Workbooks. So one of the great things that we've implemented is the ability to stay within CRM and have full access to the marketing platform. So right now we're going to appear here. So what will happen is if I open up Force24, it's going to automatically log me in, because what we've also implemented is a single sign-on. So no, you don't have to be switching between platforms. Everything can be done within CRM as a marketer. So just to kick things off, we just want to start a little bit around data segmentation. For those of you that are using the likes of Spotler already, you'll still have the ability to sync across your mailing lists. So any segmentation that you create within Workbooks itself, you're able to push those across. And then within Force24, you've also got the ability to make use of the segmentation in terms of creating what we call dynamic lists. So what I'll do just for now is I'll just create a very quick example. What day are we on today? It's 18th, 24. So the way Force24 works is email address is our unique identifier. And that means then all of the activity would be against one person. So what that means is you've not got any duplicates, you've not got the ability to sort of send duplicate emails. It will always go to that one person. You've then got mailing lists, and you can have lots and lots of different mailing lists. All of these are then used for your segmentation, and you can do this based on fields and also engagement within the platform. So if I just very quickly show you this, one of the ideas is we want to take away all of that heavy lifting. So if I just click on edit, what I could do is say, right, everyone who meets industry X will automatically get added to this segment. So very quickly we can create these dynamic lists, and that means every time they enter that field is entered within Workbooks, that's pushed across to Force24, and that means everyone's automatically added to this list. Therefore, taking away a lot of that heavy lifting and making sure it's always up to date. So from your point of view, You log into the platform, you've got your segments ready to go to send out those campaigns. It can also be done on activity. So one of the things that we'll send across is our tracking script. It's a piece of JavaScript which allows first-party cookies on the website, meaning if anyone clicks on an email or fills in a form on a website, we're able to then capture that data and also track them going forward. So that means then if we want to say someone's, reached a certain web page, we're able to say, yep, web activity URL is X as well. So again, not only can we segment based on the data we've got, but we can segment based on the engagement as well. Now, some of our customers are already making use of lead scoring as well. So for those of you not familiar with lead scoring, it gives you the ability to score engagement, whether that's for prospects, whether that's for customers. So as an example, if I just flick over to another tab I opened earlier, there we go. So within lead scoring, what we can do is then say, right, we want to give points for certain actions. So we like say, if you've got prospects coming on, you've got cold leads, you want to nurture them. We can see you've got, you might have 5 points for hitting a web page, 7 points for a repeat visit. And we've got high value and goal URLs. And the differences between them is a high value. Let's just say, you come onto the Force24 website, you look at a case study, so we can see you're quite engaged, whereas a goal URL is the ultimate action. So that could be the likes of a form fill as an example. So just very quickly, so that's where data segmentation is right now. Like I say, it's within here. Is there any questions on this section? Please do type away, let us know, and I'll answer them. And if there's none, I will move on. There we go. So is this replacing Gatormail, Spotler, or an alternative solution? Do you want to take that, Jamie?
Yeah, so this is an alternative solution to Spotler. So, I mean, 2 years ago at our customer event, we were asked to find more marketing automation tools that we could work with. We've been talking to Force24 for a couple of years anyway, and we've now got this solution for you. So, yeah, it's an alternative to Spotler.
And then we have another question here. We have a workbook, but we don't have a workbook. Is this a different platform? Sorry, I might need to just elaborate on that one. I'm assuming they mean they have workbooks, but don't have email, maybe? Oh, there we go. Sorry, we don't have Force24. Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, anything like that, we can have these discussions afterwards. You can either get in touch with Jamie or your account manager, and we can run through what that could look like for you as an organization. Are we able to see how long someone is engaging with a specific email? Not in terms of time to view. So email is very different, obviously, to web. You don't have that view, unfortunately. But you do get, obviously, the likes of the clicks and the tracking, and that's where we'll be able to track all of that. Even things like opens nowadays are not as good as what they used to be. They're not as trustworthy, simply because the likes of an Apple device, for instance, every single email that's delivered to Apple Mail is now classed as open. So we just don't have that view due to a lot of the privacy. But like I say, we still have that view from a click, from a form fill. Another message, got Chris. Does this mean we don't need to create mailing lists in workbooks? What I've been usually saying to people is, if you've got complex segmentation that's making use of different data types, keep that in workbooks, sync that across. This is really for that kind of segmentation that you want to pull in from a marketing point of view. So when it comes to onboarding, what we typically do is say, right, what fields would be useful to you from a marketing perspective, and they're the ones that will then sync across. So you've got the ability to do in Force24, but we usually say any complex one, like I say, stays in workbooks. Another one from Tracy. So from lead scoring, can you add conditions for our sales with different types of membership? So we need to differentiate. Yeah, so what you would do, this would actually happen within automated lists. So what you'd have the ability to do is segment there and also create different lead scores, because you might want to say, right, a cold piece of data, a cold sort of data set rather, might want a different lead score to perhaps customers, because we don't need to have the ability to score them higher. We know that they're already engaged or a customer of ours. So you would create those different segments within your automated lists. And another question from Chris, do we still create mail? Yeah, so that would now be all within Force24. And I'll come on to the email designer in a little bit. So I think for now, I'll keep moving on. Just keep asking away and we'll come back onto them. But just while we're on this subject around sort of lead tracking and also the actual tracking capabilities, what I'll do is I'll show you what this looks like in Force24 as well. So as soon as that tracking script is applied, you'll have the ability to see not only the people that are viewing your website and engaging with your emails, but we also have IP tracking. So if anyone out there's using any IP tools such as lead forensics, that will be included. So what it does, it'll give you the ability to see all of the companies that are actually visiting the website, how many page visit, when that last activity was. Now, obviously at this point, this isn't the most useful information, but it gives you a really good idea to who's actually looking at your website, who's showing an interest. But if I go and identified, this is then everyone that we can see who's actually hit a lead score. Sorry, not lead score, it's actually being tracked. So here we'll see we've got 42 cookied web visits, how many page visits they've got on the back of that. And if I scroll down here, we'll see all those people. So like who that is, what company they're from, what lead score they've got, whether or not it's from a direct visit or from an email. So for example, direct is, we might have sent an email on Monday, but people are still coming back to visit the website. So we know that people are engaging with our mailers from that point of view. And then what that will then give you the ability to do is track this against a person. So again, within Force24, what we're going to have is the ability here to see people. And if I just open up this example, you'll see there's a nice Force24 tab. What that does is it automatically opens a page, an activity page. And on here, we can see all of the activity that this individual has done. So if I'm just going to open up an example of one I opened up earlier, because this is someone who works at Force24. This is Steve, so you can see he's got a great big high lead score. But what this gives you the ability to do is see, right, what is his lead score? How many emails has he ever opened, clicked, and visited? I can see what he's subscribed to, his preferences on the back of that, all of the segments in here as well, and the data that we're storing against him. But if I click on activity, this is where it can become really interesting. So again, we've got all of that campaign history. So here you'll see every single email that he's ever received from a marketing point of view. I can click on it. So if I want to view the artwork, so again, as a sales rep, if I just want to see what Steve's been up to, I can just come here, say, right, this is what he received. Fantastic. It's around one of our webinars. And you can see also it looks like it's coming from a person. So this particular email has actually been sent on behalf of Adam through our platform. Again, you can see also, when they've opened it, when they've clicked it, and check out all of the artwork and see exactly how Steve actually received that email. And then if I scroll down even further, this is where then you'll see all the website visits. So even though the last email I received was on the 5th of November, we can see that Steve is still engaging with us. So Friday, the 13th of December, we can see it's gone on our website. It's a direct visit and we've attributed points. So again, from, if this is going to sales, someone's picking up the phone, it paints a really good picture for them as they have that conversation. And obviously without saying, I can see you visited X link, Y link. You wouldn't do that. Obviously, you would talk about the types of topics that they may have been interested in, the types of case studies. So again, painting that picture for everyone. So any questions on the back of lead tracking so far? I don't think we've got any. If not, I'll jump on to the next section. Fantastic. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a little bit of how we actually design those emails, and then I'll pop in to show you automation, results, and deliverability on the back of that. So our design suite, we work a little bit differently to other email platforms, and that's because we work off the concept of what we call snippets. So snippets are pieces of code, and what these will be, they'll be in your branding. So typically we'd ask for any guidelines or any sort of collateral that you've got. So then we've got the ability then to create these email templates for you and create all these different types of blocks that you might need. So again, in your colors, imagery, and then when you come into the platform, you can then simply select a template and make use of those snippets. So I'm going to make use of this one for now. So I'll click on use. What that'll do is, and then I can see in the editor, I've then got the ability to sort of change the layout. So again, here are those snippets. they will be in your branding. So you'd be like, right, I'm going to use this particular one with an image on it, and this one that's got a slightly different image. Or I might be like, right, I want this one with text and an image on there as well. So I build out what that looks like first of all. One of the cool features that we've actually got in the platform is also the ability to create dynamic emails. So let's just say you've got multiple segments and you want to target, retail and leisure as an example. What you can do is you can create one email, but say, right, this particular block, I'm going to have a nice retail image. And I can say, right, show this only to people in my retail segment. And then below that, I might be like, this is my leisure segment. So what that means is, yes, the email's staying the same, but you can swap out the imagery. So then the email is super, super, super tailored towards your segments. And then if I just click over to the content, again, this is really nice and easy as well. So if I click on the image, that'll open up the right-hand image editor on the side. One of the things that we have done is sprinkle around AI across the platform as well. So we have our own image editor. Now, for those of you that might have used AI for images, you'll have noticed it's not the best. One of the things that we've implemented is the ability to train AI within the platform. So you will put in who you are, what your tone of voice is. So then when it comes to generating via AI, it's already tailored to you. And the same here happens from an image point of view. If I click on the text box, the same as well. So I've got AI. All I want to do is put in a couple of bullet points about what I want to do, and it'll generate a paragraph for you. Do then amend. And there's also the ability to do that on the likes of UTM campaign and your pre-headers and your subject lines as well. As well as email templates, we've also got landing pages. So again, this is really good if you want to do things like events. So we do over 20 out of our own events a year. So we just recycle this a lot. We change imagery, change locations. And we also use it for the likes of gated content. It's really popular with our customers to do that, because what you can do then is have LinkedIn ads, meta ads, all linking to a nice web page with some gated content on there to capture data. And here's a great example of ours. So this is our email marketing playbook. So if I just open this up, again, takes the editor, and it's all a similar concept as email. Again, these will be web snippets in your branding, your colors. So you're just dragging and dropping those segments over to build out landing pages that you can build yourself as a marketer and then host on a subdomain. And you'll see here, this is the thanks page, but if I just open up the main page, sorry. So you'll see here, I've got a nice block, I've got a form on there already, all of the tracking's already automatically applied. We can personalize it with the likes of first name and last name. And if I just show you here, we've also made genius blocks. So if I click on the genius block, you'll see I'm saying, are they anonymous? And that means, are they cookied, essentially? So what we're doing is, if anyone comes to our page that's brand new, we've no idea who they are, they will then get this form here. They'll fill in the details and get the copy of this particular guide. Now, everyone else who already is cookied, we know who they are. It's like, hey, Lee, here's your copy. So it just makes it really easy, and also means that when it comes to sort of that time to download, it's much easier for a prospect to come across it rather than refilling in a form. And you'll see here, this is how that page then displays. So I don't get the form. It's like, hey there, Lee, get your copy. So you see how that works live in action as well. Okay, is there any questions on the back of the designing emails? Please do ask away. No, nothing yet. Okay. Yeah, please do put any questions along the way as well. We will answer them. But that's fantastic. So to be fair, the text bit's the exciting part for me, because this is our automation builder. So you've segmented your data, you've done the hard work in that point of view. You've then created and designed your emails and your landing pages. You've now be able to then create these fully automated journeys. So if I just create a new journey on here, what you'll see is this lovely blank canvas, and we have these components on the right hand side. So anyone that's used these types of platforms before, you'll see that everyone does it. Hopefully that you can see that ours is really quite easy. So you've got these components. What I might do is, let's just think of an example. Let's say we want to create an event journey. So what we would do is we drag across our start audience, and you'll see this is very similar to what I showed you right at the beginning. We can then just select our segment that we've already created. So I'll click on save, and I just drag across the send email stage. So here I'd call it email 1. I've just designed the email as well, so I can populate that in here. Again, we've got AI. So if we just want to use AI, I'll take that email template, read the whole thing, and then give us a nice subject line to put in there as well. I can change the from name, the reply address, whether or not it's marketing and transactional. And I'm just going to click on save and connect the two together. Now, obviously, I don't just want to stop there. This is a journey where I want people to RSVP to my event. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to set a nice delay time. So I'll say, let's just wait 2 days. Join again, then 2. And then I've got this nice make decision component. So if I just drag that across as well, what I'm able to do here is to write everyone that enters my RSVP email list as yes. So I'm just going to create a quick test for now. And you'll see now I've got this yes, no decision. So have the RSVP'd. If they have, I'm going to end their journey. I'm going to do something different with them. They're now going to get nice reminders on the back of it. Everyone else will then receive the next email as a reminder of the event. So again, I'll just put email 2 on this one as an example. So that means then everyone that hasn't yet RSVP'd, they're able to then get the next campaign, and we can continue to along the way. We've also got other components in here as well. So we have SMS compatibility in here. So again, just dragging across SMS. We've got AI in here as well if you wanted to generate it, and these can be fully personalized. And we also have the ability to add things like notes in there and also split testing. So if you want to split 50-50 or you want to create 4-way segments, you still have the ability to do so here as well. So if let's just say I want to do 50-50 and click on save, there I go. And then I can create 2 more branches in that campaign as well. Now, one of the things that I will mention on here is we do have lots of nice templates in here as well. So it can be quite daunting thinking, oh, I've got a brand new journey to create. We've got lots of nice templates in here as well. So if I clicked on the webinar one as an example, that would open up that journey for me as a nice template, and I can just fill it in as I please. Okay, any questions on the back? I can see we've got some, so let's just have a look. So from Liam, are we able to change the snippets ourselves? Do you have to do them? We will design them initially, but you'll have full capability to amend things as you go as well. So if I just pop back into emails just to show you that, what you will be able to do is, if I just click on this one, let's just say you're in there, you've designed one, and you think, oh, I want to use that again and again. You've got that save button in here as well, so you can go in and change them at any point and create more snippets. So the more you use it, the bigger the library that you'll get. Another question from Suzanne. If we transfer it to Force24, will you help with the templates being generated? Absolutely. So during the onboarding process, what we'll typically do, again, is ask for things like any branding, anything that will be useful, hex codes, so you're able to then change the color and have those colors stored within the platform as well. So as an example, I'll just show you here. Look, we've got all these background colors, so these will be yours. So yeah, we will create those snippets, we'll create those templates. You will then have a look, approve them, or make any changes, and then you'll be able to do that going forward. Another question from Steve, where are landing pages hosted? So typically on a subdomain of yours. So if I just go back to landing pages, what you'll see is we've got a nice subdomain, which is just landing.force24. So you'll have a subdomain for sending emails, and then a separate subdomain for actually hosting those landing pages. So that means then no one would ever know it's Force24. It's completely in your branding, and it's completely built by yourselves. I think that's the last of the questions. I don't know if there's a slight delay of the questions coming through, because a lot of those was actually related to email as opposed to the journey manager. So I'll just keep answering them along the way. I'll go to the next section. So again, just to finish off on the journeys then. So you've got lots and lots of different types of journeys that you can build. It doesn't just mean you've got them for events. So if I just show the templates, we put nurture sequences in there as well. So if you're wanting to target cold data to warm that up, You've got the ability to use those types of journeys, mailing list signups of people that are just signing up on your web page. Again, lead score journeys, renewal journeys. So if you're storing things like date and you want to send renewals, I don't know, you want to say, you're due to renew in 6 months' time, send them on a journey. You've got the ability to do that as well. So this example here is 90 days in the future. So what that means is, when someone meets that criteria within Workbooks, their renewal dates in 90 days, they'll automatically go on this journey. So it just means then that a lot of that heavy lifting, a lot of that automation is all in place. And then from your point of view, it's a case of going in, looking at how well they're performing and amending the emails rather than thinking about, oh, I need to get this done. So what I'll do now then is, I don't think there's any more questions just yet. So I'm just going to jump into what the results look like. So if I head over to our reporting section. So I've shown you how to build a journey, just so everyone knows as well, not everything has to be within automation. You still have the ability to send one-off emails to segments as well. All of that functionality is in here as well. So if I just show you a really good example here. So this is one of our invites. So it's a customer webinar. We can see each email that was in that stage, how many we've sent to, top line, opens, clicks, and bounces. And if I just go into view report, this is where I can really delve further into the results. So here I can see, hard bouncers, soft bouncers. I can export all of those as well. So, it's like with hard bouncers, sometimes it's a case of it just being an invalid email address. So those Gmails and Hotmails are in there. So what you can do is export those, amend that in CRM. And you also have the ability to see all of the opens, clicks on the left-hand side as well. And what you'll notice here is we're actually showing 2 different numbers. Now, it's no secret that there's an industry-wide increase in bot activity. So what people are seeing is some really, really inflated opens. What we've done here is we've implemented AI to help condense a lot of that, so we can see what's genuinely human, what might be a bot. So any non-human interaction. So here you'll see, I've got an open rate which was 719. So we're estimating around 719. What we can see here though is that 140 are actually bot activity. So in a different platform, you might have a much higher open rate than it actually is. Same with clicks as well. So what that means is then if you are sending emails out to people and you want to nurture them and build up a lead score, we won't be attributing lead score to bots like you might have had in the past. Bots will be suppressed completely. And then these are all the genuine clicks on the back of that. You've also got the ability to implement e-commerce stats as well. So if you have got an e-commerce site and you want to pull in an ROI in a specific campaign, we've got that in there as well. And then other nice little things in here as well about link reports, engagement timeline, and some browser analysis, where this is very useful from an email design point of view. So you'll see this is ours. Typically, we have a really high read rate upon desktop. So that's 82%. So that just helps us when it comes to designing those campaigns. We know, right, we're thinking about this email from a desktop point of view. So let's just jump into a question. So you can see one from Chris. We use smart forms in Spotler that we integrate in our own website. Does Force24 have a solution for this? Yep. So there's 2 ways you can do it. We have our own form builder, first of all. So you can build a form, host that on your website. That means then you're able to pull in all the activity automatically and also have the ability to edit the form directly in our platform. Alternatively, if you do wish to continue smart forms, that's actually covered within our tracking script as well. So within the tracking script, there's a little bit called form capture. You can map that then against forms and also pull the data into Force24. So you'll have 2 options, Chris. Whilst I'm on that subject then of the reporting and also what that looks like from a bot activity point of view, just going to show you what this looks like from deliverability as well. So if I just head to our deliverability page, we're really, really, really big on this. We've got lots of experts in-house because we want everyone to get the best use. We want people sending and we want people landing, within your inboxes when you're sending out these campaigns. So this is our own deliverability report for this month so far. And we've got this nice traffic light system so we can see how many we're sending to, opens and clicks and unsubscribes in here as well. So anything in red typically means we need to take action on it. And if I scroll down, so you'll see like volumes, it's really, really key that you are sending little and often. Same with that engagement pattern as well. If there's big gaps, that can look quite suspicious from mail platforms. And then you'll see these nice action points as well. So, you know, in terms of where you should be from a click and open point of view, unsubscribe, so you can see we're at 2.9%. Benchmark industry wide, we need to get around 1% to make sure we're not landing in people's spam, but really good on our spam complaints and send pattern. So everyone will have access to this. You'll also have access to a dedicated account manager here at Force24. So not only will you have your account manager at Workbooks, you'll be joined up with a Force24 one too, and regularly reviewing how you're using the platform, what we can do to help you, and regularly reviewing this as well to make sure you're always landing in people's inboxes. And again, as I scroll down, you can see those results by campaign. Again, particularly useful if you see that a campaign's performed quite well. Now, yes, it could be due to the segment that you're sending to, but it's worth having in terms of being able to see, right, this has performed well. What happened well? You know, was it the content, the subject line? You'll also have an overview of each of the mailbox providers, you know, what that looks like. Are you sending mainly to Microsoft and Google, and what that's looking like from an open and click point of view? And then right at the bottom, we've got a summary in terms of the bounces. So again, making a nice look at what those are, and ours is quite low. You can see here on the right, it says looking good, excellent, excellent. So we know that we're on track to ensure our reputation is kept on point for those mail servers. We've also I know I just mentioned about having a dedicated account manager. I think one of the things that differentiates us a little as well is the fact that we do have our own support. So anyone that is currently making use of Spotler, I think I've heard in the past that you go into Workbooks are going to Spotler, so you're talking essentially making Workbooks the middleman for you there. What we've now got is we will be able to answer that support for you. We have a live chat in the system, and it's a 2-minute SLA. So if at any point, you know, you just want to send a message and say, oh, I can't really remember how to build a journey, as an example, talk to us. With your permission, we can log in, take a look, give you any advice on the back of that as well, just to ensure you can use it. And we also offer free training for life as well as support. So, you know, let's just say 6 months time, a member of staff leaves, or a year's time and you just can't remember how to do specific things within the platform. Here, you've got the ability to book in a nice session. So you've got 30 minutes, book in this session with one of our team, and we'll take you through the entire platform at any point. And hopefully you can see here that it's fairly easy to use, which is why we're able to offer that free training and support for life as well. Okay, that is a very, very sort of top line view of what this offers. I think what I just want to cover one last time just before we go into the questions is also just point out our marketplace. So yes, Force24 and Workbooks are connected. Oh, I can't show you it on Workbooks. Hang on. It's I've not set it up there. I've set it up here. So our marketplace gives you the ability to see all of our applications that you can also integrate with. So as an example, you've got alerts and messages. So anyone that uses Slack or Teams, let's just say you want to send a notification every time someone reaches a lead score. We can send a nice notification into Teams, into Slack, and it'll say X has reached a lead score. We've got event management in there as well. So if you don't want to make use of landing pages, you want to keep within the likes of Eventbrite, we can sync that data into Force24 to allow you to also take people in and out. And we also have nice data capture ones in there as well. So again, if you want to pull in any lead ads, so if you've got meta ads out there, it's got a lead form, we can pull that data in automatically and populate them within segments, and it can also then be pushed back into Workbooks. So it just always means that there's one source of truth within Workbooks. Everything will always be pulled back there.
Is it worth just covering up so amply quickly, Lee, or?
Good point. I wasn't going to actually. You're right. Let me just show you so amply as well. So before I go on to the questions, I'll just show you this. So I need to reconnect to my Facebook, but I'll leave that for now. So within So Amply, really, oops, no, I did just click on Facebook. Let me go back. So within So Amply, this is our social advocacy tool. So this gives the ability for you as a marketer to come into this dashboard, create posts that are for Meta, for LinkedIn, for X, and then the team around you are then able to come in and share it. So rather than saying, you know, hey, sales team, I've got this post, share it on LinkedIn, and Not always does that get shared. Sorry, I'm not meaning to offend anyone in sales, but that sometimes happens. What this gives you the ability to do is come in here. So like for me and a lot of the team at Force24 will be like on a Monday morning, we'll come in and we'll be like, right, what have marketing put out there for us? So if we've got webinars coming up or we've got guides out there, so you can see I've shared this one already. I'll just be like, right, I'm gonna share that to my LinkedIn. I can tweak that post as well, and then that will push out either right now or I can schedule it for later on in the week. What that means is it's beneficial because you're making use of your employees' connections. So as Force24, yes, we've got people following us. Yes, we can push out our content there, but there's people following me that aren't following Force24 and other colleagues within the business. So really making use of all those people and their connections can really help generate a lot more clicks, a lot more engagement with that content as well. And one of the nice things that we have implemented, which helps us anyway, is a little bit of gamification. So we have a leaderboard that gives us the ability to see who's sharing the most in terms of clicks, in terms of the shares in there as well, and what that reach is. So Zach, you can see, is at #1. I'm closely trying to get there at #2. You can see an estimated value of what we've saved as well, based on that engagement, with a little points attributed to it as well. So again, really to try and encourage everyone to use this platform, to share it then with their connections as well. So, you know, we offer little prizes, let's say, for who's top of the leaderboard each month. And it's really easy to connect. So some of them will disconnect automatically in 90 days due to privacy. So all you need to do is say, right, I'm going to reconnect this, click on there, continuously senior, and then, yep, I'm happy with all of that. Got it. And then it'll just reconnect me back into Swamply. So again, super, super easy to set up. And also same concept of having free training and support for life as well. Again, that's a very quick overview. If you want a detailed demo, we're more than happy to do that as well. Sorry, Jamie, did I just interrupt you there?
No, I was just going to say that was a good overview. Cheers, Lee.
No worries. So I think we've got more questions, haven't we? This one's probably a Workbooks one. So we've built a number of reports. This is from Chris, sorry. We've built a number of reports and charts in Workbooks that analyze sends, opens, clicks across multiple campaigns. These reports are looking at online activities. Will we use Force24 to do this going forward, or will we build new reports in Workbooks? So we still have the ability to push back activities. So it's not a lot of the same functionality in terms of the integration is there. This is everything that you should see within Spotlight, but much more improved. So yes, you'll still have the ability to do that. And I would recommend still building them in Workbooks as well, because it's much better to have those dashboards, keep them as they are, and we can push back even more activity data for you to sort of enhance those dashboards as well. Got another one with Ross. Does Force24 only work with future clients, or can it work backwards with existing people? For example, you have 14,000 people in Workbooks. Yeah, absolutely. So again, the integration, we will make sure that we pull everything in that first sync, and then it will work on a case of being new and updated records. So all that will be synced across. And again, it's all about just picking those fields. So if I can quickly show you how that looks like from a configuration point of view. This is done by us and Workbooks during the onboarding process, but we're putting the details about your API. But this is then where we'll have the ability to look at those mapping. So we'll select the fields in Force24, get that matching field in Workbooks, and then send that sync, giving you full ability to add and amend in the future as well. How are we doing on time? I was still to keep with these questions, right? We're all good. Cracking. So another one from Steve. Can you send from multiple email addresses within one email? Yeah, you can. So what you can do is it will still need to come from one singular address, but you're able to change it dynamically. So if I just go back into my journey, I'll just show you what we do. Yeah, just go into there. So there's a couple of things you're able to do. One of the things a lot of our customers do is actually personalize who it's from. So if I just click on advance, on here, if you've got with the data in CRM, you're able to change who it's from and also the reply address. So for instance, let's just say I'm a Workbooks customer, Jamie's the one that's talking to me. Within Workbooks, it's Lee Senior. The owner is Jamie. Within here, I'm able to have that then personalized, and it will come from Jamie directly to me. But then anyone else in the segment that's got a different account manager or someone else that they're speaking to, we can change that dynamically as well. Hopefully that answers your question. Another one here. So we've got one from Ross. Can we import other marketing software, and how does it work with people duplication? So again, it's probably it's worth understanding how everyone's got things set up. First of all, everyone's got things just a little bit different, and what we've been doing is having those conversations with our customers to ensure that we get the integration right, how we cover any of those challenges. So yes, you can import other data into the platform. Again, really, really easy. You've got the ability just to upload new lists. So if you've got data outside of the integration, you can upload a new list. All you need to do is have the Excel file in XLXS format. I can drop that and map it into the system as well. And we can also set that up to sync back into Workbook should you want to. Another one from Chris. Let's just have a look at this one. I'm just trying to get an understanding of how summary reporting will happen. Might need to elaborate on that a little bit. There's a few places where you can see you've got your dashboard that can give you a nice summary of how many you've sent, how many you've clicked, and whatnot. And then if I just go on the journeys as well, this is where you'll see a summary in terms of how that's broken down. So in terms of like all of your journeys, wait, is it over here? All of your journeys and all of your campaigns will sit within the reporting section. So if I just click on journeys, you'll see all of your automated campaigns, and then that will show as well. There we go. Ross, can we mass segment existing people if we know a series of domains? For example, can we take the 14,000 and drop them into AI to work a segment? No, so at the minute, AI is not plugged in to work on data segmentation. That being said, it is something that's in the roadmap. So at the minute, it's a case of looking at those fields and segmenting them, as I showed you right at the beginning. So that would be within the marketing list section. The one from Chris is so amply included. So amply is all it's charging is per seat. So I can't remember off the top of my head what the price is, but it's just per seat for everyone that's going to be using it. Liam, would you be able to use this to make automated workflows, not only for emails, but also for LinkedIn or Facebook? Absolutely. So with those marketplace integrations, again, if you want to pull in the likes of those lead ads, so again, if you've got a meta form, connect that up, that will form that start audience of a journey. And then all that will do is go on that journey automatically. So you can pull in data from LinkedIn, Meta, and Google. So Ross is asking, not checked recently, but what are the package costs, please?
So I think the way that we break the package down on this is there's a base license which includes X amount of sends and X amount of people being able to use it, and then there's further brackets upon that. So it depends on the volume, but if you reach out to your account manager, they'll be able to give you exact cost based on your number of sends and the number of people that need access.
Thank you. We've got another one from Steve. Are you able to limit the amount of emails sent per week to one subscriber? It's not, there's no limits in there. What I would say is it's all about how you're using the data and what kind of campaigns you're sending. So think more about how you're going to highly personalize a lot of those campaigns on the back of it. And also don't worry too much, because I think what we all tend to overthink is sending too many emails. And yes, you can absolutely do that. But you know, most people don't even remember what email they received yesterday. And we find that people tend to open 1 in every 6 emails. So that using that sort of knowledge, we use that across a lot of the methodology for our campaigns as well. So typically a lead nurture campaign, a webinar invite, a lot of them will follow the methodology of having 6 emails in there over around 2 to 3 weeks. Chris is gone. Goodbye, Chris. Do you offer option for managed services per month if teams are small? So we have Some in-house capability. We also partner with a lot of agencies. I think, again, it's probably one of those things that we can delve into further with you, Suzanne. So if you ever want to have a demo with the two of us, we can understand exactly what your needs are and discuss it from there. And that is the last of the questions, I believe.
Cool. Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining. Sorry there was a shaky start. I think Lee and I get a bit more practice on GoToWebinar for the next one.
yeah. So
thanks,
sorry.
Lee. As usual, a fantastic demonstration. So if that's all the questions done, then nothing more to do than to wish everyone a happy Christmas and enjoy the festivities. And hopefully you'll speak to your account managers about Force 24 in the near future. Thanks a lot.
Look forward to seeing some of you. Bye.